Welcome back to another episode of the Tucson Tour, and I am your host, Keeley, the tattooed Tucson Realtor. It's a show where we explore different places and locations around this city and get to know Tucson a little bit better together. Every year, from the end of January until the middle of February, over 65,000 people from around the globe descend on Tucson, Arizona. This crowd snarls traffic and fills hotels, Airbnbs, and restaurants throughout the city, and they are all here for one thing: the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show. It all started here in 1955 when a Denver, Colorado mineral dealer by the name of Bob Root convinced 3 members of the Tucson Gem and Mineral Society to try holding a rock show here in Tucson. Those 3 members came back here, convinced the rest of the society to do so, and the first show was held in the cafeteria here at this elementary school. The first event was so successful that it became an annual event and was moved from the school here to the fairgrounds. It eventually grew from the location at the fairgrounds to over 40 different locations spread throughout Tucson and is now known as the Tucson Gem, Mineral, and Fossil Showcase. Many of those locations are very small, with fewer than 50 dealers on site. However, there are 3 locations with over 300 dealers, and one of those is open to the public, which is where we are today at the 22nd Street Show. The 22nd Street Show stretches for a half a mile along I-10, covering over 138,000 square feet, comprised of 3 distinct sections: the North Tent, the Showcase Tent, and the Main Tent. Under these tents is an experience that is part shopping, part museum, and entirely unique to Tucson. Standing here in the North Tent, which was added newly to the show this year, and it houses over 100 dealers who are often the newer dealers to the show, who can have the lowest prices and the newest materials. Now let's take a look inside the Showcase Tent, located at the south end of the show. Here in this tent there is a heightened sense of elegance, and you'll find wall-to-wall carpeting, larger booths, higher-end lighting, and even 10-foot art walls. The atmosphere in here is a lot more conducive towards the higher end dealers, and this is where you're going to find a lot more of the higher priced items. With that being said, the vibe in this tent is not really my speed, so now we're going to go over and we're going to go into the Main Tent. Under the roof of the Main Tent is where most of the action takes place for the 22nd Street Show. You can spend hours wandering around under this tent being distracted by shiny objects. You can find anything from gemstones and meteorites to rare diamonds, boxes made of petrified wood, and even dinosaurs, which, to be honest, is why I come to the show. You can find dealers specializing in loose stones, jewelry, minerals, fossils, and even incredible artwork. With so many interesting things to discover and with such a large area to cover, you will no doubt find yourself getting hungry while attending the 22nd Street Show. Now, just like there are dealers here from around the world, there are also over 11 food trucks on site serving food from all over the world. So you will no doubt be able to find yourself something to keep you going. The 22nd Street Show is free to attend, and if you want to save the $10 on-site parking fee, you should just park in the neighborhood surrounding the show. Come prepared to do a lot of walking, and please remember that there are no pets allowed. The Tucson Gem Show began here 68 years ago as the first show in the world to bring together the hobbyists, the public, and professionals. On that day in March 1955, admission was free for the 1,500 people who came out to attend it. Now, the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show takes over the entire city, and this event brings in over $120 million in direct spending to Tucson each year. As the largest and most prestigious gem show in the world, sprawling across the entire city and lasting for over 3 weeks, there are plenty of opportunities for you to get out there and check it out. And it is definitely well worth the trip.